Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'll be giving you guys my top 5 VPN picks to use in China. Now, China is not only known for its Great Wall, but within cyberspace it's also known for something called the Great Firewall of China. To put it simply, this firewall is always evolving and finding ways to track and stop any VPNs from operating within the country, and it reached a point where most VPNs simply gave up trying to make their product usable in China. However, I've taken my time testing over like 20, maybe 30 VPNs, and with the help of some of my friends who are in China, I've made a list of 5 VPNs that can be used over there. Whether you're traveling or residing in China, 2 of these are going to be free, and the other 3 are going to be paid services. Now, despite having a few similarities, these VPNs vary quite a bit in what they offer. So stick around as I'll be diving into almost everything these VPNs bring to the table, so that you can make a more informed decision and pick a service that suits your needs and situation. But of course, if you want to check out any of these VPNs for yourself, I'll be leaving all the useful links, including some special discounts, in the description down below. Starting with the free options, Windscribe and ProtonVPN are good free options that can work in China. Now, I'm saying can work because you might have to do some heavy lifting when it comes to manually configuring them, finding a decent ISP, and checking the forums to see which protocols work best in getting around the Great Firewall. You're also going to be limited in the number of servers you can connect to. Now, personally speaking, I would not recommend using any free VPN service for China because whether or not they work over there is basically a coin flip, and when they do work, you're also going to have some limitations to deal with. For example, Windscribe only offers you 10 gigabytes of bandwidth per month and has very few accessible servers. And in the case of Proton, yes, you do have unlimited bandwidth, but you're also going to have to deal with a limited number of servers, most of which might be congested and result in slower connections. Now, if you don't want to deal with these limitations, you can get their premium versions, but at this point, if you're willing to pay for a VPN, you might as well pay a tiny bit more and get yourself a premium VPN service that offers a whole lot more bang for your buck. Which leads us to our 3 paid options: ExpressVPN, NordVPN, and Surfshark. Now, these are all fantastic VPNs to use both in China and in general. They all have strict no-logs policies that are tested and proven by independent auditing firms, so you can be sure that they don't store or misuse your data. All 3 of them allow streaming and torrenting without any limitations whatsoever, and they don't have any data caps at all. And finally, they all have the essential features you need in a VPN. For example, you have the kill switch, which is a must-have, especially if you're using any of them in China, as it severs your internet connection immediately if you disconnect from the VPN server, thus preventing any of your data from leaking to your ISP or government. One thing to note here is that you might also need to do some manual configuration when it comes to using them in China, such as downloading separate apps or choosing specific protocols. However, it's still far better than using a free VPN and having to deal with all the limitations that come with it. Also, if you face any issues or if you want to help with the setup, all 3 of these VPNs have 24/7 live chat support ready to help you. And if all else fails, you can simply get a refund as they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, despite having some similarities, these 3 vary in what they have to offer. So let me briefly talk about each one so that you'll make a more informed decision on which one to choose. Starting with ExpressVPN, this is going to be the overall best and most secure VPN to use on this list. In fact, when it comes to accessibility in China, it has the best track record out of all the options I have tested. Now, you still need to manually configure it, just like the rest in some scenarios, but their support team is very responsive and helpful, and you can contact them both through their support chat box on their website, as well as through email in case you're facing difficulties with using the VPN. Now, one of my favorite things about Express is that it's very snappy when it comes to connecting and disconnecting from VPN servers. While Nord and Surfshark take like 6 to 10 seconds to connect and disconnect from VPN servers, which is pretty fast, don't get me wrong, Express takes around a second, 2 at max, to connect to a server. It has over 3,000 servers in 105 countries, compared to Nord's 6,100 servers in 67 countries, and Surfshark's 3,200 servers in 100 countries. And generally speaking, more countries would equate to more access to content around the world. I also like how simple ExpressVPN is. It looks very sleek and easy to use. There are not a lot of options to get lost in, which makes it a perfect VPN for beginners as well. Granted, it does not have a lot of bonus features like Nord and Surfshark, but again, it's meant to be simple to use. And lastly, ExpressVPN has the most verified no-logs policy out of all the options on this list, despite all of them being audited and verified. And that's because of an incident back in 2017 where the Turkish government seized one of ExpressVPN's servers as part of an ongoing investigation, only to find nothing on that server. And so if you're looking for the overall best, easiest to use, most secure VPN, then ExpressVPN is going to be your go-to. Now, if you want the fastest, most well-rounded VPN that comes with a whole bunch of features at a very reasonable price, you can go with NordVPN. For starters, it is the fastest VPN on the market, only to be rivaled by ExpressVPN, where they both scored around 10 to 25% speed drops during my testing. One thing to keep in mind here is that it's only natural to experience speed drops, regardless of which VPN you go with. However, how much the speed drops is what sets good VPNs apart from lousy ones. Generally speaking, any speed drop between 10 to 25% is considered excellent, and even up to 40% is still considered good. But in the case of Nord, there were even instances where it even went below 10% speed drop when I was using its fastest performing protocol, NordLynx. And this result beats pretty much every other VPN, including ExpressVPN's lightweight UDP, making Nord arguably the fastest VPN out there. Another great thing about Nord is that it has the most features out of all the options on this list, making it the best value option given its asking price. For example, on top of having the regular kill switch I talked about earlier, it also has an app kill switch that closes the app should you disconnect from the VPN server instead of completely shutting down your connection. Nord also has threat protection, which acts as an ad blocker and a mini antivirus. It automatically blocks ads, trackers, and malware URLs, and deletes any malware that has been downloaded. You also get MeshNet, which allows you to share files over the encrypted network of Nord. And you also get specialty servers such as dedicated IP servers and double VPN servers. So yeah, a lot of features. And so if you're looking for the fastest, most well-rounded bang for your buck VPN out there, I highly recommend NordVPN. Now, if you want the most budget-friendly premium VPN out there that gets the job done at the best possible cost without sacrificing security or any of its necessary features, then Surfshark is the way to go. Okay, so let's talk a bit about some of the things Surfshark has to offer. For starters, it has something called No Borders Mode, which activates automatically should it detect any type of firewall trying to restrict your access to the internet, thus allowing you to use the VPN even if you're in a censorship-heavy country like China or Turkey, for example. Surfshark also has some cool bonus features to offer, such as rotating IP, which automatically changes your IP address every 5 to 10 minutes while your VPN location stays the same. You also get a couple of specialty servers, such as static IP, which will give you the same IP address every time you connect to one of them. And you'll get multi-hop servers that route your connection to 2 VPN servers instead of 1 for double the protection. Besides that, there's also an ad blocker, which I personally didn't find all that impressive, but it still blocks some ads and annoying pop-ups, so it wouldn't hurt to have. Now, the best thing about Surfshark, which also factors into it being the most budget-friendly option, is the fact that you can secure an unlimited number of devices with one subscription. Unlike Nord, which has a 6-device limit, and ExpressVPN, which has an 8-device limit. So basically, you can secure all of your devices with Surfshark and still share it with your friends and family as much as you'd like. Besides that, even if you go with Surfshark One Plus, which is Surfshark's full security package that offers the VPN, antivirus, and dark web alerts, it'll still cost you as much as most VPNs out there that don't even offer half of what this plan has to offer. And this goes to show how really affordable Surfshark is. Okay, so to do a quick recap, if you want the overall best, snappiest, easy to use, and most secure VPN out there, then ExpressVPN is your go-to. If you want the fastest and most feature-rich VPN that offers a whole lot of bang for your buck, you can go with NordVPN. And finally, if you want the most budget-friendly VPN that gets the job done at the best possible cost without sacrificing security or any of its necessary features, then Surfshark is right up your alley. Oh, and one piece of advice before I sign off is that if you do end up committing to one of these paid options, I highly recommend going for the longer period plans instead of the monthly plan to save yourself some money long term. You see, I've spoken with ExpressVPN, and they said that most users get the monthly plan thinking they're not going to need it for more than a month, but they do end up needing it for more than a month, so they keep resubscribing to that plan, which has a much higher cost per month than the discounted yearly plan. Now, if you're 100% sure that you'll only need it for a month, then by all means, get the monthly plan. But if you're unsure, or if you're going to need it for more than that, then getting the longer plans would save you more money long term. And if you want to save even more money, you can check out the discount links in the description down below. And that'll be all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the links in the description to grab yourself the best discounts possible. Like and subscribe to see more of these videos, and let me know in the comments if there's anything cybersecurity you'd like me to cover. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.